Today 6th December, Archangel Michael says, I will never talk to you if you skip me now. A big tragedy is coming your way. I am trying to save your life. You will receive into your open immediately. My beloved child, listen closely, because the moment your eyes landed on this message, heaven shifted something around you. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you, and every second you stay here is protecting you from a disaster that was secretly moving toward your life. Today, on the 6th of December, Archangel Michael steps forward with a revelation he was forbidden to reveal until this exact moment. He says your life is hanging between two outcomes, one leading to a blessing so massive it will rewrite your destiny, and the other leading to a tragedy that you are not prepared for. He whispers, beloved, don't look away, your safety depends on whether you hear this or not. You were guided here because the spiritual realm saw someone's action behind your back. A decision, a betrayal, a move that could break something precious in your life. And Michael is stepping between you and that disaster right now. My beloved child, you feel it, don't you? That strange heaviness, that sudden pull inside your spirit, that voice saying, don't skip, stay till the end. Because the truth is, Archangel Michael had been watching someone around you, someone you trust, someone who smiles at you, someone who pretends to stand beside you. But their heart has shifted. Their intentions no longer matched their words. Heaven saw them take a step that could lead you into deep loss, and that's why Michael says, if you skip me now, I will not be able to warn you again. The tragedy approaching you isn't random, it was created by actions done in silence, conversations held without your name spoken out loud, but your energy attacked indirectly. Yet heaven refuses to let darkness swallow you. That is why this message reached you at the exact second your guardian angels shouted for intervention. Today is not normal. Today is a spiritual emergency. My beloved child, listen carefully because Michael is lifting a veil from your destiny. He says what you are about to receive will change the very ground you stand on. It may be an opportunity, a financial breakthrough, a message, a sign, a sudden shift, but it is meant to pull you out of that tragedy before it touches your life. Something powerful is entering your world, but only if you stay aligned long enough to receive it. Don't skip, beloved. You don't understand how close this danger came to you. But heaven pushed it back the moment you pressed play on this message. This is your shield. This is your protection. Something huge is waiting for you, bigger than fear, bigger than the betrayal around you, bigger than the loss that tried to attach itself to your timeline. And Michael promises that after today, the path you walk will no longer look the same. Amen. My beloved child, something is shifting around you right now, something you cannot see with your eyes, but your soul feels it deeply. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Archangel Michael steps forward again, his voice stronger, his tone urgent. He says, beloved, the person responsible for the tragedy moving toward you is closer than you think. Their intentions were hidden behind gentle words, fake concern, and silent jealousy. They moved against you not out of strength, but out of fear, fear of your potential, fear of your rising destiny, fear that you would outgrow them. Heaven saw this before you ever sensed it, and that is why you are here, right now, hearing this. You were not supposed to see this by accident. Michael says, this is a divine interception. The danger was already on its way, but God stopped time, redirected energy, and placed this message in your path so nothing can touch you without heaven's permission. My beloved child, Michael shows a vision, your heart glowing with a light that threatens every shadow around you. You are not weak, you are not alone, and you are not unprotected. But someone underestimated your spiritual backing. They thought their hidden actions, their gossip, their silent betrayal, their manipulation would go unnoticed. But the heavens recorded every moment. And now, the same energy they sent out is turning back toward them. Michael says, "Beloved, the tragedy meant for you has been reversed." But this reversal isn't complete until your spirit awakens fully, until you are aware of what is being done for you, until you stand firm in the protection being offered right now. Don't skip. Your breakthrough is closer than your fear. Something huge is being prepared in the unseen realm, something that will lift you above every attack planned against you. This is your moment to rise. My beloved child, what you are about to receive is not small. Michael says it clearly, this blessing is so powerful it will undo every loss, every betrayal, every moment of pain you carried silently. You will receive something unexpected, a message, an opportunity, a divine sign. That shifts everything in your favor. Heaven is aligning people, removing enemies, lifting obstacles, and opening a door that no human hand can close. Michael wants you to know that you were chosen, not forgotten, protected, not abandoned, destined, not defeated. Something huge is waiting for you, and the moment you finish this message, you will feel the atmosphere around your life begin to change. A new chapter is opening, and what is coming toward you is bigger than the tragedy that almost reached your life. Amen. My beloved child, breathe, because what Archangel Michael is about to reveal now is the part you were never supposed to know. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael says the tragedy moving toward you wasn't just a random misfortune, it was planned, fueled, and strengthened by someone who once smiled at you. Someone who pretended to care. Someone who acted like they were on your side. Their energy toward you shifted the moment they realized you were chosen for something greater. Michael whispers, "Beloved," their heart changed before their words did. And heaven watched them stand at a crossroads, whether to support you or sabotage you. They chose the darker path. Their jealousy opened a door for spiritual attacks, but before anything could reach you, heaven intervened. This message is your shield, your awakening, your divine warning. My beloved child, Michael shows another vision, a door closing behind you and a brighter door opening in front of you. The tragedy meant for you would have drained your strength, stolen your clarity, confused your spirit, and delayed your destiny. But Archangel Michael blocked it with his sword. Beloved, he says, you were seconds away from stepping into something that would have broken your spirit. But God said no. Heaven said no. Your ancestors said no. Your destiny said no. That is why you were pulled here, almost as if an invisible force dragged your attention. That force was protection. That force was divine timing. That force was Michael stopping something dangerous before it could manifest. Don't skip, your life is being realigned in this very moment. My beloved child, the blessing you are about to receive is powerful because it isn't just a gift, it is compensation. A divine repayment for what you lost, what you endured, and what someone tried to take away from you. Michael says, this blessing will expose truths, reveal hidden intentions, and bring you opportunities that no enemy can block. You will receive clarity. You will receive strength. You will receive something unexpectedly valuable, something that pushes you into a new stage of life where you can no longer be touched by the same shadows. This is your elevation. This is your breakthrough. This is your divine rewrite. Something huge is waiting for you, and nothing can stop what heaven has already written. Amen. My beloved child, stay right here, don't look away, don't even blink, because Archangel Michael says this is the moment your destiny begins to separate from the tragedy that was chasing you. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the person who tried to harm your path did it out of desperation. They saw your light rising. They saw your blessings approaching. They felt a shift in your energy, stronger, calmer, more aligned, and it terrified them. Instead of celebrating you, they tried to block what was meant for you. But heaven is turning their attempt into your victory. Beloved, Michael says, every hidden attack is now becoming your fuel. The very thing that was designed to break you is about to push you into your greatest transformation. My beloved child, Michael shows a powerful scene. His wings covering you, shielding you from energies that tried to enter your life recently. He says there were 3 signs you ignored: sudden heaviness in your heart, unexpected tension with someone you trusted, and moments where everything felt strangely off. These weren't coincidences. These were warnings. Someone was spiritually tugging at your peace. But heaven refused to let them succeed. Michael says, you were chosen long before they chose to betray you. And now, the same force that tried to drag you down is about to be dismantled in front of you. Don't skip, because your blessing is not just approaching, it has already started moving toward you the moment you pressed play on this message. My beloved child, hear this clearly, what you will receive next is not ordinary. It is life-changing. Heaven is preparing a breakthrough so massive that even you will question how it arrived so suddenly. Michael says this blessing will bring clarity, direction, financial stability, emotional healing, and protection all in one wave. Beloved, he whispers, this is the moment everything begins to rise for you. You will recover what was taken. You will rise above what was planned against you. You will step into a chapter where no hidden enemy can touch your peace again. Something huge is waiting for you, something heaven has guarded with divine precision. Amen. My beloved child, don't move. Don't scroll, because Archangel Michael says this part is the one the enemy never wanted you to hear. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael leans closer now, his voice fierce yet gentle, and he reveals a secret that was kept hidden until today. He says the tragedy that was approaching you didn't just come from jealousy, it came from a moment someone wished something against you in frustration. A single thought, a single word, released in anger. They didn't know the spiritual weight of what they were speaking, but heaven did. And the moment their intention left their heart, darkness tried to attach itself to your path. But Michael says, beloved, your spirit is stronger than their intention. That is why nothing broke you. That is why heaven stepped in. That is why you were guided here. My beloved child, Michael shows a powerful image, your name glowing in light, rising above every negative force sent your way. He says you have no idea how spiritually powerful you truly are. Every hurt you survived increased your strength. Every betrayal sharpened your intuition. Every loss made you more aligned with your destiny. The tragedy meant for you was not just blocked, it was reversed, redirected back to where it came from. Beloved, Michael whispers, your enemies wrote an ending for you that God refused to sign. And now, everything they tried to stop in your life is about to accelerate. Don't skip. What's coming toward you next is formed in heaven, not by human hands. My beloved child, listen with your soul. Michael says you will soon receive something that shifts your entire emotional and spiritual atmosphere. A message, a sign, an opportunity, a realization, something that brings peace where there was confusion, abundance where there was lack, and clarity where there was doubt. This blessing will break cycles that have followed you for years. It will open a door that was closed not because you weren't ready, but because heaven was preparing something bigger behind it. Beloved, he says, you will step into a season where your tears turn into strength and your prayers turn into manifestation. You are not walking into this blessing alone, Michael is walking with you, guiding every step, clearing every obstacle. Something huge is waiting for you, and your spirit already knows it. Amen. My beloved child, stay right here. Because Archangel Michael says this is the moment your spirit is being lifted out of everything that tried to bury it. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the tragedy that almost touched your life would have changed everything, your peace, your focus, your stability, your dreams. But heaven refused to let you walk into a future built on someone else's bitterness. Beloved, he says, they tried to dim your light because they could not handle its strength. Yet here you are, rising, protected, chosen. Their intentions may have been hidden, but heaven saw every vibration of their heart. And that is why this message found you at the perfect second, because the window for divine intervention was small, and heaven made sure you didn't miss it. My beloved child, Michael shows that you have been surrounded by an invisible exhaustion, burdens that weren't even yours, emotions that weren't meant for you, pressure that didn't belong in your spirit. Someone's energy tried to transfer itself to you. But Michael says, beloved, you are not a vessel for their pain, you are a vessel for destiny. He is cutting every spiritual cord tied to your name that wasn't placed there by God. You may have felt drained recently, confused, overwhelmed, or suddenly emotional. That wasn't weakness. That was heaven removing what didn't belong to your future. Don't skip. Michael says the next phase of your life requires a stronger version of you, and heaven is preparing that version right now. My beloved child, listen closely, your breakthrough is not just near, it has already been released. Michael says you will soon receive something that confirms everything you're hearing now. A shift, a sign, a message, a blessing, sent directly to align you with the life you were meant to live. This blessing carries healing for your heart, restoration for your hope, and protection for your path. Beloved, he whispers, your name is being written into a new chapter where peace replaces chaos, clarity replaces confusion, and blessings replace battles. You are stepping out of the energy of survival and into the energy of expansion. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven is already guiding it toward your hands. Amen. My beloved child, stay exactly where you are. Archangel Michael says this part carries a revelation that will make everything finally make sense. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the tragedy moving toward you wasn't coming from the physical world alone, it was rooted in a spiritual imbalance created by someone's hidden envy. This person admired your strength but hated your resilience. They celebrated your wins publicly but resented your growth privately. Michael says, "Beloved, their heart could not handle the destiny attached to your name. Their silent jealousy became the doorway that allowed negativity to try and enter your path. But heaven sealed that doorway the moment your spirit was guided to this message. My beloved child, Michael shows a scene of you standing at the edge of two timelines, one filled with confusion, losses, broken trust, and emotional exhaustion, and the other glowing with clarity, abundance, and divine alignment. The tragedy would have pushed you into the darker timeline, but heaven refused to let that happen. Beloved, Michael says, you were chosen to carry light, not burden. That is why you have survived things that would have destroyed others. That is why your heart stayed soft even when people around you grew cold. That is why heaven keeps pulling you out of places where you don't belong. Don't skip, because your life is about to shift from spiritual survival to supernatural elevation. My beloved child, Michael says the blessing coming toward you is not just protection, it is restoration. Something you lost will return to you in a better form. Something that was taken from you will be replaced with something greater. Something that broke you will now build you. Heaven is not only blocking tragedy, it is rewriting your destiny. Beloved, Michael whispers, you will soon receive a sign so clear, so powerful, that every confusion in your spirit will dissolve. Expect doors to open, people to reveal their true hearts, and opportunities to align effortlessly. You are being led into a chapter where the pain of your past no longer defines your future. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven has already declared it yours. Amen. My beloved child, don't move, because Archangel Michael says this is the part where the truth finally unfolds. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the tragedy that was coming toward you wasn't meant to destroy your life, it was meant to distract you from the blessing that heaven has been preparing behind the scenes. Someone tried to create chaos around you so you would miss the moment heaven had written for you. They wanted your focus scattered, your emotions unstable, your energy drained. But Michael says, beloved, heaven rewrote the script before the darkness could touch you. You are being lifted out of the confusion someone tried to pull you into, and you are being aligned with a destiny that cannot be blocked. My beloved child, Michael shows a powerful vision, your future glowing like a sunrise breaking through a storm. He says you are entering a chapter where everything lost will begin to return in unexpected ways. Opportunities you thought were gone will reappear. People who were meant for your journey will be restored. Energies that drained you will fall away. Beloved, he says, your spirit is stepping into a timeline that was delayed, but never denied. Heaven was simply waiting for the moment your heart was strong enough to carry the blessing without carrying the pain. Don't skip. Your blessing is closer than your doubts, and larger than your fears. My beloved child, Michael says you will soon experience a shift so significant that even your silence will begin to attract miracles. The blessing coming toward you holds healing, transformation, and divine clarity. It will reveal who is truly meant to walk with you and who must remain behind. It will open a door that was locked by divine timing, not by human hands. Beloved, he whispers, you are stepping into a season where everything begins to rise. Your finances, your peace, your intuition, your strength, your destiny, everything is being elevated. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven is already guiding it into your life with unstoppable force. Amen. My beloved child, don't go anywhere, because Archangel Michael says this is the moment where the entire picture of your destiny becomes clear. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the tragedy meant for your life was not just a single incident, it was a chain reaction waiting to unfold. One wrong step, one wrong choice, one wrong person, and everything could have fallen apart. But heaven stopped it. Beloved, he says, you were standing on a spiritual edge without even realizing it. And just when darkness thought it had a chance, God pulled you back. That is why this message reached you at the exact second it did. Not a minute before. Not a minute after. Divine timing saved you. My beloved child, Michael shows a vision of your spirit glowing with a strength you didn't even know you carried. You have survived storms others never saw. You have walked through disappointments that tried to break your faith. You have trusted people who did not deserve your heart. And yet, you are still standing. Michael whispers, beloved, your heart is purer than the intentions of those who hurt you. And because of that purity, heaven is releasing blessings that were held back until now. The pain you carried in silence is becoming the foundation of your breakthrough. The tears you shed quietly are being turned into spiritual currency. Don't skip, because what comes next will validate every instinct, every prayer, every moment you refuse to give up. My beloved child, the blessing approaching you is not a small shift, it is a complete reversal. A divine turnaround. A heavenly compensation. Michael says you will soon receive something that makes you realize why the enemy fought you so hard. This blessing will break generational patterns, lift emotional burdens, and clear paths that were blocked for years. Beloved, he says, a new chapter is opening where peace replaces pain and clarity replaces chaos. The energy around your name is transforming. The obstacles that once intimidated you will now fall effortlessly. You are stepping into a destiny that cannot be delayed anymore. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven has already signed your name on the blessing that's coming. Amen. My beloved child, don't even think of scrolling. Archangel Michael says this is the part the enemy hoped you would never reach. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the tragedy approaching you wasn't only meant to break your present, it was meant to steal your future. Someone's hidden intention, someone's silent resentment, someone's quiet disbelief in your success created a spiritual weight that tried to attach itself to your destiny. But heaven intervened before that weight could settle. Beloved, Michael says, your spirit is too powerful, too chosen, too protected to be dragged into darkness created by someone else's insecurity. You were moved here because the heavens needed you to hear this truth before stepping into the next phase of your life. My beloved child, Michael shows a breathtaking scene, your name being lifted by angels, rising higher than every obstacle that once tried to hold you back. You may not realize it, but your soul has been fighting for your future without you even knowing. Every moment you felt tired for no reason, every moment of sudden sadness, every moment you felt disconnected, those weren't coincidences. Those were spiritual battles being fought on your behalf. Michael says, "Beloved, every tear you shed watered the soil of your destiny. You are stepping into a chapter where everything that once felt heavy will suddenly feel light. Don't skip, the shift happening around you is bigger than your doubts, bigger than your fears, bigger than your past. My beloved child, listen with your heart. Michael is preparing you for a blessing that will not just change your circumstances, but change your identity. A breakthrough so massive, so divine, so unexpected that you will look back and realize this message was the turning point. Michael whispers, "Beloved, what is coming toward you carries the energy of restoration, elevation, and divine justice. The blessing will restore what was taken, heal what was broken, and illuminate what was hidden." You are entering a timeline where opportunities come effortlessly, where the right people appear, where the wrong ones vanish, and where your spirit finally breathes freely. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven promises that nothing created in darkness can block what is now coming in light. Amen. My beloved child, pause right here. Archangel Michael says this is the moment your spirit finally understands why heaven guarded you so fiercely. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the tragedy that nearly touched your life was not only spiritual, not only emotional, but also tied to a major decision someone around you was secretly making. A choice that would have affected your stability, your peace, your direction. Beloved, Michael says, they moved in silence, but heaven moved faster. The divine realm stepped in long before their intentions could become your reality. You were being pulled here not for fear, but for awakening. For protection. For clarity. The path you were walking was about to split, and heaven needed you on the side written for your destiny. My beloved child, Michael shows another vision, your heart surrounded by a circle of light, glowing stronger than ever before. He says you have been carrying weight that didn't belong to you, responsibilities placed on your shoulders by people who took your kindness for granted. Their energy drained you because they expected you to carry what they refused to heal. But Michael whispers, "Beloved, you are not responsible for the wounds others refuse to close." He is removing attachments that have been silently draining your spirit. He is cutting cords to people who only show love when they need something from you. He is restoring the part of you that forgot how powerful your presence truly is. Don't skip, this release is opening space for the blessing heaven has been holding back until this moment. My beloved child, hear this with your soul. Michael says what you are about to receive is not just a blessing, it is a divine shift that will change how you see yourself and how the world sees you. Your intuition will sharpen. Your opportunities will multiply. Your inner peace will solidify. He says, "Beloved, you will soon receive a sign so undeniable that even your doubts will bow to your destiny." This blessing carries elevation, clarity, alignment, and divine favor. The doors that refused to open before will swing wide now. The people who doubted you will watch you rise. Your spirit is entering a season where everything lost finds its way back and everything broken is rebuilt with greater strength. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven is preparing your hands to receive it. Amen. My beloved child, stay with me. Archangel Michael says this is the moment your destiny begins to breathe again. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the tragedy attempting to reach your life was tied to something you recently felt deep inside, a moment of doubt, a moment of heaviness, a moment where you questioned your path. That wasn't weakness. That was your spirit reacting to a shift happening behind the scenes. Beloved, Michael says, your soul sensed the danger long before your mind understood it. And heaven rushed to intervene, guiding you to this message at the exact second you needed protection, clarity, and realignment. Nothing about this moment is random, this is divine surgery happening to your destiny. My beloved child, Michael shows a powerful image, your name being lifted into a higher timeline, away from the people and situations that were secretly draining your blessings. You have been giving too much of your heart, your energy, your faith to people who did not know how to value it. They took from you without replenishing you. They leaned on you without appreciating you. They loved you only at their convenience. Michael whispers, beloved, your heart deserves reciprocity, not exhaustion. That is why heaven is removing certain energies from your life. That is why people are distancing themselves. That is why situations are shifting unexpectedly. It is not loss. It is divine clearing. Don't skip, because your blessing needs space to land, and heaven is making that space for you. My beloved child, listen with your inner spirit. Michael says what is coming toward you now is greater than anything you've asked for in prayer. This blessing carries healing for relationships, restoration for finances, clarity for your purpose, and a breakthrough that will set your life on a new path. Beloved, he says, your days of feeling unseen, unsupported, and unprotected are ending. You will soon receive a sign that confirms heaven has taken full control of your situation. Expect alignment, synchronicity, unexpected good news, and opportunities that appear effortlessly. Your struggle was not wasted, heaven is turning it into strength. Your pain was not ignored, heaven is turning it into favor. Something huge is waiting for you, and your spirit is finally ready to receive it. Amen. My beloved child, don't move. Archangel Michael says this is the moment where heaven uncovers the deepest truth of all. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the tragedy that almost touched your life was not just stopped, it was completely dismantled. He says, beloved, the darkness that tried to reach you has now been turned into light. Someone's hidden intention, someone's quiet resentment, someone's silent wish against you created a spiritual imbalance, but heaven restored your path before that energy could manifest. You were protected not because you asked, but because heaven chose you. Destiny does not allow darkness to remove those who carry purpose, and you carry purpose deeper than you realize. My beloved child, Michael shows a powerful vision. Your spirit stepping out of an old version of yourself, almost like shedding a skin you have outgrown. He says you've been carrying old wounds, old fears, old memories that no longer match the person you are becoming. Beloved, he whispers, you are not who you were yesterday. You are rising into who you were always meant to be. The confusion you felt, the emotional heaviness, the sudden shift in your relationships, none of it was random. It was heaven redirecting your path away from pain and toward your divine blueprint. Don't skip. Michael says your spirit is walking into a timeline where the right connections will find you, where the right opportunities will open, and where the wrong people will fall away on their own. My beloved child, Michael says this blessing coming toward you is more powerful than anything released in your life before. It carries protection, elevation, clarity, stability, and emotional healing. This blessing will reveal hidden truths, expose false intentions, and guide you toward decisions that bring peace instead of pain. Beloved, he says, you will soon receive a moment so divine, so unmistakably guided, that it will confirm heaven has been working behind the scenes all along. Your path is being straightened. Your spirit is being strengthened. Your destiny is being restored. Something huge is waiting for you. And your entire life is about to rise in a way that even you did not see coming. Amen. My beloved child, stay right here. Archangel Michael says this is the part where heaven begins to reveal why you were chosen for this message. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael says the tragedy that was trying to enter your life was not only blocked, your entire destiny timeline was shifted to protect you from future harm. He whispers, beloved, the danger was not just near. It was already forming in the shadows. Someone's actions, someone's words, someone's energy created a chain of events that could have affected your peace, your finances, your relationships, your path. But heaven refused to let your story be rewritten by hands that were never meant to hold your destiny. You were divinely pulled into this message so Michael could stand between you and what was meant to break you. My beloved child, Michael shows another vision. Your spirit being lifted higher than every past hurt, every silent betrayal, every disappointment that tried to weaken your faith. He says the heaviness you felt recently wasn't a coincidence. It was your soul detecting shifts before your mind understood them. Beloved, he says, your intuition is awakening. You are becoming more spiritually aware, more emotionally aligned, more divinely guided. This awakening is not random, it is preparation. Heaven is preparing you for blessings that require clarity, strength, and a heart unshaken by the shadows of others. Don't skip, your life is being recalibrated, realigned, and restored in ways you cannot yet see, but will soon experience. My beloved child, hear this deeply. Michael says the blessing coming toward you has already been released. It is traveling toward your life with divine accuracy. This blessing carries justice for what you endured, compensation for what you lost, and elevation for what you struggled through silently. It carries opportunities, answers, and breakthroughs that will rewrite your future. Beloved, he whispers, you will soon witness a miracle that proves heaven has been fighting for you all along. The tables are turning. The energy is shifting. The path ahead is opening. Something huge is waiting for you. And heaven is making sure nothing and no one can stand in the way of what is already written for your destiny. Amen. My beloved child, don't look away now. Archangel Michael says this is the moment your entire spirit begins to rise above everything that once tried to suppress it. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the tragedy that almost collided with your life was blocked because your destiny carries a glow that darkness cannot extinguish. Someone underestimated the power surrounding you. They believed their silent intentions, their hidden envy, their quiet resentment could weaken your path. But Michael says, beloved, no shadow formed against a chosen soul can stand in the presence of divine protection. Heaven covered you long before danger began to form. This message reached you not by chance, but by divine summons. My beloved child, Michael shows a powerful scene, your spirit standing on a mountain of everything you've survived. He says you don't give yourself enough credit for the battles you have fought silently. The nights you stayed strong when your heart was breaking, the days you kept moving even when your spirit was tired, the moments you held on when life felt heavy. Beloved, he whispers, heaven witnessed every tear, every prayer, every silent plea for clarity. Nothing you endured was ignored. Nothing you survived was wasted. Every hardship strengthened your spirit for the elevation you are about to step into. Don't skip, the shift that is happening now is preparing you not just for protection, but for transformation. My beloved child, listen closely. Michael says what is coming your way next is a blessing that carries divine precision. It will arrive at the perfect time, in the perfect form, through the perfect doorway. This blessing will break limitations, dissolve fear, and bring alignment into areas of your life that once felt chaotic. Beloved, he says, you will soon witness a breakthrough that feels like heaven touching earth. Doors will open effortlessly. People meant for your growth will appear. Opportunities that were once blocked will unlock. Your destiny is shifting into acceleration mode. Something huge is waiting for you. And heaven is ensuring that your spirit, your heart, and your path are fully prepared to receive what is coming. Amen. My beloved child, stay right here. Archangel Michael says this is the moment where heaven begins to show you the results of the protection that has been surrounding you. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the tragedy that was forming against your life had already begun to influence your emotions, your energy, and even your sleep. You felt sudden heaviness, unexpected anxiety, unexplained tiredness, because your spirit was absorbing the pressure of a battle you didn't even know was happening. Beloved, Michael says, your soul fought in silence, but heaven fought with you. This message is not just a warning, this is evidence that you are divinely shielded, divinely guided, and divinely chosen. My beloved child, Michael shows a vision of your future glowing like a path illuminated by golden light. He says heaven has already started redirecting you away from people, situations, and energies that were never meant to walk into your next chapter. That sudden distance you felt with someone? That argument that pushed someone away? That unexpected silence? It wasn't random. Beloved, he whispers, heaven removes what your heart is too kind to release. You were being protected from burdens that could have delayed your purpose. From relationships that were draining your strength. From opportunities that looked good but carried harm. Don't skip. Michael says heaven is creating space for a blessing that cannot enter until the old energy around you fully dissolves. My beloved child, listen deeply. Michael says the blessing coming toward you is something that was kept hidden until your spirit reached the level of maturity needed to carry it. This blessing will correct what was broken, elevate what was forgotten, and secure what was unstable. It carries divine favor, divine restoration, and divine timing. Beloved, Michael says, you will soon receive a sign that will make you understand why heaven fought so hard to keep you safe. A message, an opportunity, a shift, something will arrive that confirms the battle is over and the victory is yours. You are stepping into a season where your spirit is no longer fighting for survival, it is rising toward purpose, clarity, abundance, and peace. Something huge is waiting for you. And heaven has already sealed it with your name. Amen. My beloved child, don't move. Archangel Michael says this is the part where the greatest truth of your destiny comes forward. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the tragedy that tried to reach you was not only blocked, it was completely erased from your timeline. He says, "Beloved, what was meant to break you will now build you." The spiritual attack, the emotional pressure, the sudden confusion. It was all a sign that darkness saw your upcoming breakthrough before you did. They tried to interfere because they sensed something powerful approaching your life. But heaven stepped in with force. This message is the confirmation that you are crossing into a chapter where no hidden enemy can reach you again. My beloved child, Michael shows a breathtaking vision, your spirit rising above storms that once scared you, stepping into a light that grows stronger with every breath you take. He says you have no idea how close you were to giving up, how close you were to doubting your worth, how close you were to settling for less than what God wrote for you. But you held on. You survived. You rose. Beloved, he whispers, your resilience broke the cycle that was meant to repeat in your life. Every time you chose faith over fear, every time you chose kindness over anger, every time you chose healing over revenge, you rewrote your destiny. Don't skip. Because this next phase of your life is the reward for everything you conquered silently. My beloved child, listen with your whole spirit. Michael says the blessing coming toward you is monumental. It carries divine justice for what was taken, divine clarity for what confused you, and divine elevation into a higher purpose. This blessing is not a moment, it is a turning point. A shift that changes your story forever. Beloved, he says, you will soon witness a miracle that proves heaven never left your side. Expect revelations, unexpected breakthroughs, emotional relief, and opportunities that feel heaven-sent. You are stepping into a chapter where your prayers turn into experiences, your faith turns into manifestation, and your pain turns into divine purpose. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven has already declared victory in your name. Amen. My beloved child, don't look away. Archangel Michael says this is the moment your life begins to shift in real time. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Michael reveals that the tragedy which tried to enter your destiny was fueled by someone who doubted your strength. They believed you were fragile, easy to break, easy to discourage. But heaven knew the truth. Beloved, Michael says, your spirit is stronger than their intentions. The attack formed, but it could not land. The negativity rose, but it could not touch you. You were lifted above danger before it ever reached your door. This message is not fear, this is deliverance. This is confirmation that heaven refused to let darkness rewrite your story. My beloved child, Michael shows a vision of your soul glowing brighter than it has in years. He says your spirit has been fighting battles your mind never fully understood. Every time you felt drained, every time you felt confused for no reason, every time you felt disconnected from people, you were not breaking. You were being shifted. You were being protected. Heaven was pulling you away from energies that were not aligned with your future. Beloved, he whispers, you are being positioned where your blessings will find you effortlessly. Nothing that left your life was accidental. Nothing that changed was random. Every shift was divine preparation. Don't skip. Your breakthrough is closer than ever before. My beloved child, Michael says the blessing approaching you carries a magnitude that will silence every doubt you have ever had. It will strengthen your heart, clear your path, and elevate your life in ways you once only imagined. This blessing is tied to your purpose. It will unlock clarity, open doors, and help you step into the version of yourself heaven has been shaping behind the scenes. Beloved, Michael says, a miracle is coming with your name written on it. You will soon see why heaven fought so fiercely for you, why you were redirected, why you were protected. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven is ready to place it in your hands. Amen.